ranking the stories of Twisted Metal Black characters based on how dark they were. At number 14, we got John Doe. This was by far the silliest one. It's a dude with amnesia who simply can't remember his past. But as the story goes on, he reclaims some of his memories. And apparently he was some nobody in a gang, but in order to make a name for themselves, they decide to bomb a disease control center. Anyway, once they plant the bomb, they decide to, run away from the explosion. But as they're running away, Joe reveals that he's actually an FBI agent. And so he runs back, and then instead of disarming the bomb, he just throws it out the window, and he gets knocked out from it, and that's how he loses his memories. What I don't understand is why would he let it escalate that far before he does something about it? Anyway, in the end, he gets shot by Calypso because apparently he's number 2 and FBI's most wanted. And as he bleeds out, he remembers that he has a family. So, that's probably the only dark part about it. The rest of it is just, silly. And at number 13, we got Black. Yeah, but basically, bro was a demon who was enslaved by Calypso, and while he was captured, he got his wish-giving power stolen from him. So once he wins the tournament, he confronts Calypso where he finds a ticking time bomb. And so what bro does is just stand there for that full minute, and then he takes the explosion. I mean, that's pretty cool, I guess. Not too dark. So, number 13. Number 12, Agent Stone. Bro was on a rooftop where he was set to assassinate this evil bad guy. And once he got a clear shot at this dude, he did what any law enforcer would and lost his cool. So he starts spraying, and he does get the target, but he also gets this innocent family. So, naturally, his wish is to go back and do it again. And this time, he's chill AF, and he gets the job done. However, his target wasn't fully kaput, so he does end up getting shot in the last second. And yeah, bro just, bleeds out. Number 11, Bloody Mary. Essentially, there's this lady who's having a little bit of, trouble finding love. And she's very upset about it. But anyway, she attends her best friend's wedding as a bridesmaid. And later in this wedding, her best friend tosses the bouquet at her, and then she doesn't catch it, and she starts to flip out. And so naturally, she goes on a rampage and just, kills the bride. Anyway, after she wins the contest, she basically gets this brand new husband. But there's a twist because the dude is lobotomized. But even after undergoing such an intense procedure, he still doesn't want her. And her pursuit for a new man continues. She's gonna be searching for a really long time. Number 10, Axel. Unfortunately, he doesn't really have a full story in this game. They really do him dirty in this one because all he's doing is finding the killer of his wife. And surprise, it's Sweet Tooth. And in the end, he does get his revenge, but he still blames himself for the death of his wife. Now, at number 9, we have Raven. Raven and her best friend were hanging at a pier one day when all of a sudden, these two douchebags come and bother them. But it doesn't stop there because one of the dudes pushes the girl into the water, and neither of them can swim. So Raven is then forced to watch her best friend drown. And with that, she's set on revenge. And she does get that after she wins the competition. Calypso offers her these 2 little voodoo dolls of the 2 guys that killed her best friend. And then, she pokes the little eyeballs of the doll, and 2 days later, the dudes are found dead.